Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming. I've got another purchase video. I've got a lot of cool stuff that I brought in this past week. I've got a lot more coming in. You guys have really kind of almost overwhelmed me with how many of you have collections that you want to sell. But let's start off with some of the singles. So I got a Shining Magikarp First Edition and a Shining Gyarados. And then these you would think are just like, regular, whatever cards, but actually pretty expensive. Because on the back side, I actually show each one of these cards show 4 different cards. You can see how miscut they are. That one even has like a blank white side. In fact, they're upside down too. So I mean, like there's the front of the card. On the back, you got the Pokeballs upside down, and it's just like really miscut. The condition isn't too bad. I'm waiting to see what they'll get at PSA. Probably most of them get 7s and 8s, MCs, maybe a few 9s. Of course, you can't get 10 like that. But that was a pretty cool stack. It was very expensive for me. I did pull in some PSA 10 cards. These were ones that I bought. They weren't like from a return or anything. Just adding to my PSA 10 Wizards of the Coast collection. Usually the way I do this is if I look up a card, say I want to sell an Alakazam and I have an 8 or a 9 or a 6 or something like that. If I look it up and I see that a 10 is a decent price or something like that, I'll just go ahead and buy the 10 if I need it for my set. And then I'll continue on selling the 9 or whatever else it is that I have. I got Erica. That's probably one of the more expensive ones out of those. There's that base set 2 Ninetales that I was supposed to get. Check this out. I also got this FPO green label Charizard, which means they didn't authenticate it or grade it. I had originally lost this in auction, but what happened was the case cracked. I don't know how I missed that the first go around, but the guy reached out to me and said the buyer flaked, and so I went ahead and just bought it. I ended up paying $1,850 for this card, which is down from, I sold a raw one, which I guess technically that's the same thing as a raw card because it's just an encasement for $27.50. I think that's what it was, my last one. So I figured that was a good. I made a little bit of money. I was able to replace it. It's in pretty good shape, but PSA won't grade those at the moment. Next up, those sample cards I was telling you guys about. Y'all didn't buy them, so I went and bought them all from the guy. I told him that I was doing a video and he might sell them on eBay for a lot better than I could offer him, and he said he didn't. So I went through and I just made an offer for the last 8 that I could see on there. I mean, these things are just so hard to come by. I mean, you're talking about cards that are in the double digits, like for how many copies that are out there. Supposedly 100 were made, but he said probably half of them were thrown away, were discarded, or maybe they were just used up. I mean, because they were used for the store. So I imagine that if they were ran through a machine as a raw card, they're probably in terrible condition. But these are gem mint 10s. I think there's around 20 or so for each of these existing as a gem mint 10. Because most of the times, if you bought this set, you spent some money and you're ready to encase it and take care of it. Next up, probably the most exciting part of the video is my sealed boxes that I pulled in. In fact, at the end of this, we're probably going to bust open one of the boxes just to check something. So we got a Fossil Unlimited booster box. I can point this down just a little bit. It's going to build up. Also got a first edition Fossil booster box. Found this one on Facebook Marketplace. I think it was like DFW Pokemon or something. I told the guy to send me a business card to show, but he didn't. He did send me a little note, but for some reason I don't see that, so we'll take those off to the side. Next up, I've got a Gym Heroes first edition booster box. I may open this up and sell out the heavy and light packs. I know that there were some people requesting it, but man, I just recently opened up a Neo Discovery and a Neo Destiny or a Neo Genesis, and I couldn't get which were the 12 heaviest. I mean, they were just so close, and I remember it being that way with the Neo Genesis or the Gym Heroes and Gym Challenge as well. This one I will probably most definitely be opening up and selling out the heavy and light packs. If you guys haven't already been contacted about that already. Some of you have told me that you were interested in it, so that's why I bought those. And then last, I also got another base set booster box. There's still a lot of these out there. You can find them for about $2,500 to $3,000 a piece. I'm going to bust this one right now on camera. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because I know that I'm going to be opening it. So just in case it's a black triangle box, it'd be kind of cool to open that up on camera. I did that. There was one box recently that I opened up off camera, and it ended up being a black triangle box. So while it was still a pleasant surprise, it would have been a lot cooler if I could have just did that on camera so that everyone could have seen it. Let me just grab a knife real quick. So anytime I open up a box, I try to slice the cellophane pretty good. Not really trying to keep that, as some people do. This box I got from a guy. He sent a note along with it saying that he basically had one of every box, and he had multiples of a lot of them, and he's wanting to sell them. So I may be landing a really, really big deal soon. I mean, who knows? So here it comes. Alright, so there's the packs. They are not black triangles. If you guys know what I'm talking about, they would have a black triangle right here in this corner. But these are actually looking like I like this type of pack. You can tell it's got a little bit more vibrant color to it. It's not so dark. But if I remember correctly, these, from what I've done in the past, are really easy to tell if they're heavy or light. They're like a full half a gram difference in weight. But that's pretty cool. Thanks for watching. I've got more videos coming up. Thanks so much for selling me your collections, and I will continue to put it right back out there on the market for other people to buy. Thanks, y'all.